All right, so we just touched on the 6 areas of development, which were cognitive learning, speech and language, fine motor skills, gross motor skills, self help, and socialization. So, what type of activities do you think that you could incorporate in your classroom in order to help with these skills, right? In order to help these children learn and develop these skills, what kind of activities could we incorporate? Let's see. We can start with cognitive. So when you think of cognitive, you think of anything that has to do with the brain, problem solving, right? So you would look to puzzles, right? Let's see. Puzzles, right? As you can see here, here's some puzzles, or at the back of a box of puzzles, that basically talk about colors. You have blue and yellow and red here. Also deals with transportation, a truck over here. You have animals such as a whale. You have a banana, so you talk about fruits. So using puzzles to incorporate different types of learning, right? Different types of activities is a great way to use the cognitive approach. So puzzles, blocks, right? Which block goes where, color coordination. Memory games are really good for cognitive development. Musical games, find me type games, matching type games with cards. What else? Anything that really has to do with problem solving, hiding something and helping and having the kids try to find it, that would also help with cognitive development. So those are activities that you can use every day in your classroom that will help further cognitive development. All right? Next up, we'll go with speech and language. What kind of activities could we do to help develop speech and language? Well, first of all, speech and language is expanding on their vocabulary. So using different words, right? And to make it fun, adding puppets. Puppets are always fun to help kids learn. Make learning fun, right? So introducing new words through puppets is always a good idea. Reading a simple story. This one's called Let's Share. So not only are we reading a story to children and they're learning new words, but we're also taking a topic or a theme called sharing, which is helping them develop their sharing habits, their sharing skills, helping them with also socialization, right? So they're also learning something at the same time, or learning various things at the same time, not only through reading and writing, but also through the book that you choose to read, right? What else? Flashcards, part of speech and language. Let's see. So basically just by showing various flashcards. What number is this? Good job, number 10. What are these? Leaves. And where do leaves come from? They come from the trees. What color are they? Green. How many leaves are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. 10 leaves. Good job. So just through flashcards, we're able to incorporate different types of learnings, speech and language, different words, different types of teachings. They just learned about numbers. They were able to count. We talked about color. We talked about where leaves come from. So just with flashcards, there's so many activities you can use in order to help develop your children. Then we'll go into, let's say, fine motor skills. What kind of activities could you use for fine motor skills? Right? Fine motor skills, fingers, tippy toes, right? How you hold things, right? How do you grasp onto something? So, we'll take scissors, for instance, right? How do you think children are going to learn to effectively cut scissors or cut with scissors, right? I don't think they hold them properly at first, right? They probably try to hold them like this, right? Try to do something with it. And they don't know exactly what it does, but they do know that it cuts. And they're trying to figure out, how can I cut this paper, right? So with practice, they figure out to use their fingers, fine motor skills, to properly hold the scissors and then use the scissors to cut, right? Or even with a crayon or a marker, right? At first, they probably hold it like this. and they're drawing and drawing. But as time goes by, they learn how to properly hold the marker or the crayon so they can actually color or make a picture according to their desire, right? Properly, more effectively, right? Better approach. So that would be fine motor skills. Painting, drawing, that's all a part of fine motor skills as well. Staying in between the lines, even playing those racing games, right? Where you have the marker and you have to go through the maze, right? That's all part of fine motor skill practice, right? Because they have to hold the marker or the crayon effectively in order to make it work. Gross motor skills. Well, that's simple. Gross motor skills. Catching, throwing, kicking, playing with the ball. Very easy to do. So those are types of activities that you can incorporate in your classroom. Catching ball games, throwing the ball and having them catch it. That would help them utilize their gross motor skills. Running around, climbing, playing outside, gross motor skills. What else? We have self-help and then socialization. So activities that you can use for self-help, I would probably suggest having them putting on their own clothes, right? So there's your jacket, go put on your clothes, right? Easiest one, clean up, right? Clean up, everybody, everywhere. Clean up, everybody, do your share. A great way to incorporate song, as well as help them to clean up and pick up after themselves. That is a great way for them to learn and develop their self-help skills as well as their independent skills, right? Eating lunch, giving them a fork or a spoon and having them feed themselves, right? So that also encourages self-help and independence. Other things you can do in terms of the last one, socialization, well, that's easy. Circle time, right? Getting everyone together, sitting them all down, reading a story together as a group, or even just playing outside or inside as a group, doing activities as a group. Anything that involves them working together as a group will encourage social development. All right, so that's it for now. Until the next topic. Thanks again.